Hello, peace, love, and blessings unto you today and always. Thanks for being here. I'm just gonna get the ball rolling by opening my mouth and vibrating my vocal cords and letting sounds come through, which somehow convey meaning and message and intention. Don't ask me how it all works. I don't fully know. No. So what was popping into my head before I hit record was like asking people questions. And what I mean is there's like certain points in time where I'll just be conversating with somebody and the conversation will die down and it's like I want to keep talking, I want to keep communicating, but it's like just a normal conversation. What else can be said? Just how's your day going? How you feeling? How you doing? Just like some generic questions. But then it's like ask people some like out of pocket questions and like not anything disruptive or like disturbing to them, but like the conversations died down, some appropriate time has passed, and then it's like, well, what mythical animal do you feel is your spirit animal? Like just a question like that where it's like it's whimsy, it's fun, it gets people thinking, and then it's like when people hear that, when you ask somebody like what's your like favorite mythical animal, like, or like ask them something specific about themselves, like how do you see yourself in your mind? That's the question I'm asking, is how do you see yourself in your mind? How do you perceive yourself? But it's not in a way where I just ask that question directly, because that's heavy, right? It's like, oh, there's all these different pieces of me, now I gotta put, it's like it puts people on the spot. But then if you're like, you know uh if you were a fish, what color fish would you be? And just deriving, so if somebody says blue, it's like, what does that mean about them? I don't know. Like in this instance, I don't know. But it's a fun question to get to know somebody better, because instead of asking what is your favorite color, you ask them, yeah, what if you were a fish, what color would you be? That most likely will lead to their favorite color. And then some people might get like really into that, being like, oh, I'd have stripes, I'd have iridescent scales, and it's like, whoa, like that's like that tells you something about them. Just even the fact that they're engaging with that question means a lot. It means that they're open and willing for whimsy, for something more fun. And I recently I asked my dad a question. It was yesterday was the solstice. It was the summer solstice. It was also his birthday, and like one more thing. Solstice, his birthday, and something else. It was just a big day. There's a lot of stuff going on. Major portal, like major portal. So then I'm curious, like, okay, if there's like one thing, like one or two sentences that like you would focus on, or that you want to like manifest, like using this energy, what would it be? And I'm not gonna dive into his answer. I don't want to get personal like that, but it's just asking somebody that question. And again, this, I'm finding timing is so appropriate. So like think of divine timing, think of comedic timing even, where a joke needs a certain amount of time between instances to actually land properly, to actually convey the meaning. Because if you say something too late, it's like the moment's gone and the momentum is kind of gone, so it's kind of like gonna fall flat. If it's too early, you may seem like too excited, and something like that. But like if you give it the amount of proper time to pass and then say that thing when it feels right, when you can kind of just sneak in and like ask your question, that's like majorly important. And there's times where I'll have questions for people that I want to ask them, and it's like the topic of conversation just switches, and a lot of the time it's what they want to talk about. Because while I do like guiding the conversation in fun ways, I also think that other people, when they're willing to open up and express themselves, to not stifle that, to not think like, oh, I need to say something whimsical and funny right now. It's like, no, if they're going to get a little bit deeper, if they want to talk about a certain subject, we're going to talk about that. But then if it's like, if I can tell that they are more reserved, more closed off, they don't want to talk, that's when I ask the fun, sort of question. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. That's kind of what was rolling around in my head before I hit record. And yeah, so like when I try freestyle rapping sometimes, and it's sometimes I'll get like 8 lines, 12 lines, and it's like flowing, it's going real good. But then other times I'll say like a line and I can't think of the next one. So then I'll just kind of like recede back and like catch the vibe again and jump back in. That's what I feel this is like freestyle speaking, which, let's be honest, all speaking is freestyle speaking. Even if like you're writing something, freestyle writing, freestyle communication is like, that's what it all is. It's just sometimes it gets recorded and then we can edit it after. Like if I'm writing something, then it's freestyled. It's freestyled from the mind. Like it came from somewhere somehow. And out, but then it's like if I write it down, then I get to like look back at it and sort of like edit it. But it's like baseline, everything is freestyled. Every action that you do is freestyled. uh this may get a little tricky, but even like a performance is freestyled in the sense that that is the only performance that can ever happen in that specific way at that time. And maybe that doesn't track totally. I don't know. I'm not gonna die on that hill. Uh, yeah, like I. That's something like that I've also learned with conversating with people. Is that there's times when I'll go out on a limb and say something, and it's like an act. It's like not like an act, but like a play, like a scene in a play, where it's like we're going back and forth, or freestyling, or improving, right? That's what conversation is improving. And I'll maybe try to script the moment or try to say something that is far fetched, and the other person just straight up goes like, "What are you talking about?" It's I try to be like very clever with it or something like that, and I'm just met with like, "What are you talking about?" And it's those times where it's like, do I break? Like, do I break character? Like, what do I do? So it's like I'm put in this pressure cooker situation where it's like, okay, oh, there's a song. I wish I knew it, but like it's like pressure's on, time to act, something like that, where I'm met with this pressure of like, okay, say something, like make things like better, like get back on track. And it's just in those situations it's fun to see like just how far I can extend my freestyle and communicate with people and get people on the same page with me, where I may communicate in that instance with somebody as if they were somebody else, and then met with that sort of thing. So it's like I have to sort of like recalibrate and like gauge their energy so that I can jump back into the conversation on their on their wavelength, sort of thing. And a lot of this, it's sounding like it's the onus is on me to do all of this stuff, which on a certain point it kind of is, like out of service. Like if somebody comes to me with a concern, a question, or something like that, it's like I try to be as willing and open and as to receive their question and respond in a way that is authentic, that is like in line with my character, with my values, and it's done so out of a sense of service, where it's like that's what I'm here for, is to serve and to help people. Now, with that being said, boundaries are majorly important, where I'm noticing that people are gravitated towards me. People, let's put it this way, people like me. And I've spent a lot of time not liking myself so much. So with this, like other people liking me, it's like a foreign concept. Because I'll say though that I'm liking myself more and more each day. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it's so like with boundaries, it's like people want my attention, they want my time, but it's like I need to protect my boundaries, because if everybody wants my time all the time and I'm trying to do that, I'm just gonna burn myself out. So it's like there's times where rest needs to be made space for, like make space for rest, where like just have a day where it's like I'm just gonna like exist and just move throughout my day with no external influence, nobody around me that I have to like interact with, and demonstrate empathy for and like exercise my empathy muscle. Sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, it's like any other workout where it's like we're just gonna rest and relax now. Um, and let the muscles like restore and rejuvenate so that like if we're doing arms every single day for a month, it like I listen, I'm not I'm not into exercise at that level. um but I can imagine that that's not great for you. Like you're burning out the muscle, and it's just gonna be kind of a futile effort at a certain point where your arms are so tired that you can barely even do the workout. So that's to say that I think it's important to be open with people and meet them where they're at, but then also try to elevate them, and not in a forceful way, not even in like a underhanded, coaxing sort of way where it's like I know better and I need to move them into my realm of understanding. It's like if there's been times where I'll perceive that somebody has this like yearning, this like question, this fire within them that's like making them like turn inwards and ask the deeper questions. And at those points in time, what I do is when I'm presented with the information, is I'll just say like one thing, one line to like maybe just like have them question like another new thing to lead them a little bit deeper. And if I'm met with any resistance, saying like I don't want to think about that, just like by their maybe tone or something, or they dismiss it, it's like all right, well we're done. We're not gonna push that. Like they're not ready for that sort of thing, and that's fine. That's cool. It's like I'm not here to force any sort of like perspective or idea like onto anybody. It's just like I offer this perspective, this idea, and if people are receptive to it, then I just continue on, because this is just fun for me to talk about. This is just fun to do, to like in this space specifically, come here and talk about the things that are happening in my life, and some of the like the wisdom and knowledge that I've picked up, and sort of maybe distill is the right word, but like uh, sort of like find the right words to convey these lessons that I've learned, so that you may take this knowledge and wisdom and apply it to your own life if you so choose. So it's just a cool, and like I watch a lot of other people too on YouTube doing the same thing, and it's like it's crazy how much energy you can pick up just from a video, let alone like if you're in person with somebody and they're quote unquote enlightening you on something. It's like that's a whole nother wavelength, because your magnetic fields are interacting, the energy, the aura is like so close, like physically close, that they're like intermingling. Now it's like through video, it absolutely can stimulate the spirit, the mind, the body, even at some level. But being with another person and exchanging information in that way is just like the way to go. Like if you can do that, that's the way to go. That's my personal opinion. Is like it's much better to communicate in person, because there's a lot more subtleties that you can pick up on than through like a video or a phone call or something like that. So yeah, I mean this has been pretty good time. Yeah, so I started stopping with the like I haven't done tarot or some oracle cards on this for a while, because I feel like right now I need to lean more on my intuition and more on, and I haven't been wearing any like crystals or anything like that, because it's one of those things where it's like I want to be able to do these things like from my own accord, rather than having a dependency on the cards to convey a message or to find a message, or a crystal to alter my energy in a certain way. It's like it's the same thing about well let's not go down that path, but it's like I want to pure expression of just what my soul wants to express. And let's put it this way, if my soul wants to express through reading cards, through wearing crystals, that's cool, that's fine, but it just doesn't feel necessary at this time for me to reach my spiritual goals, my physical manifestation goals. Like it's just not necessary. Now they're fun, let's put it like they're still fun to do, like to read cards and to do this. It's just at this moment, specifically for me right now, I don't know if you're feeling the same way, but for me specifically right now, it feels like I'm shortchanging myself, like I'm actually taking a shortcut and not letting myself learn in a way that will actually take root. So that's why I'm just omitting those things for now. I still have the cards. I still have the crystals. I'm not like throwing the baby out with the bathwater sort of thing. But yeah, just right now, I think leaning on my own intuition is very important at this time to like build that up. And then, once my intuition is sharpened, I spend like a month, 2 months sharpening my intuition. When I jump back into the cards and the crystals, I assume that I'll be more attuned and in line with receiving the messages that I receive and receiving the energies from those crystals. So, on that note, if there's anything that wants to come through right now, let it come through before I end this video. I guess just show yourself some compassion, show yourself some love, and remember that giving from overflow is sort of the way to go. If you feel like you're you're being of service, but you're feeling drained, like take a look at your boundaries and take that rest like I was talking about. But then if you're showing love to everybody else and seeing the best in everybody else and trying to raise them up, but you're not doing that for yourself, yeah, you're going to burn yourself out because you're not connecting with your vertical axis. You're too focused on the horizontal. And, there's just, it's quote unquote selfish to do. And I just mean that in the sense of, sometimes it is okay to be selfish in that way. When you're giving so much to others that you are exasperating yourself, it's okay to be a little bit selfish and retreat and recharge. You see, like that's not selfish in the negative connotation. That's looking out for yourself. That's taking care of yourself. That's self-care. So let's not use the word selfish. It's self-care to retreat from these situations that are draining you and to just exist and breathe and let life do for you what you are trying to do for others. Let God, let universe, let source spirit do for you what you are trying to do for others. Do you see? So, with that, peace, love, blessings, and everything benevolent unto you. May you and your loved ones receive fortune, good fortune, wealth, prosperity, abundance, good health, community, and connection. Let it be so, and it is so. Thank you, Universe, Source, God, for granting these things upon us, for giving us these things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is. All right. I love you very much. I love you. And I hope you have a good day. So, peace, love, and blessings.